merchandise has become such a big part of Silent Night, Deadly Night. After we got the rights back, we just started making deals with all the top horror companies, and Fright Rags is like number one. We've got a snow globe coming out at Christmas to celebrate the 40th anniversary, which should be very cool. Plays a tune from the movie, and yeah, so it's very, kind of ties into the nostalgia. We've done tons of, albums. Terry Botkin was the original composer. Morgan Ames wrote some great songs. So we're thinking of maybe, as time goes on, maybe reissuing some of that, maybe tweaking some of the songs a little with new arrangements. We're going to go back and revisit doing a musical version of the movie, the original movie, which could be fun. Stranger Things is actually in the works right now. I think it's already actually premiered in London, but it's coming to the States. So there's hope for our project. We've had a couple of companies that have optioned, and we thought, we had deals, but they kind of fell through. Not the right companies to do our movie, but we've got a deal now with a distributor, and we've got a great script that a writer-director who is very talented, who's done like 3 horror films and is working on a big budget, $10 million budget movie as we speak. So we're hoping that happens Christmas of 25. So
that's very good. Very realistic. Isn't it, Mrs. Rand?
He's definitely fat and jolly.
Take a closer look at yourself in the mirror, Billy. And just remember, be jolly. Lots of ho, ho, ho. And try not to scare the little bastards.
Anthony Massey has a company, a little boutique horror company called Stop the Killer. And Anthony started life in Hollywood as a documentary filmmaker doing horror documentaries. So we kind of gave him the first opportunity. His first project was the board game. Anthony's a magician in his part-time, and he's really talented. He's a magician at the Magic Castle here in Los Angeles. A very talented guy, very creative. He designed, and he's a huge Silent Night, Deadly Night fan. He loved it when he saw it back in the day. He just loves the movie, and Dennis met him, and that's how we got to know him, how I got to know him through Dennis. And he just had a lot of energy and good ideas. And he wanted to start a board game company focused around like 80s slasher movies. So we said, let's do Silent Night, Deadly Night. He designed a great board game. And since then, so we released that, and we had a few thousand back. We raised $110,000 on Kickstarter, which was kind of cool. And we sold like 3,000 board games, to fans. And so we did a novelization for Silent Night, Deadly Night, and it's wonderful. It's real. It got fantastic reviews from the horror press, like Fangoria, Bloody Disgusting, and then there was the holy trilogy of the horror press. I forget what the third one was, but they all loved it. Armando Munoz did the adaptation of Michael Hickey's script and expanded on it, because why do an adaptation if you're just going to do the screenplay? There's got to be something new in there. And he expanded on a lot of things in the adaptation, and he took it to crazy levels of insanity, but really entertaining. And he expanded on so many different things in the novelization. So really great. And so we did a novelization.
Hey, Santa! Santa, you better sober up. You got a long night ahead of you. Huh? You remember what Santa Claus does on Christmas Eve, don't you?
Yeah, I know what he does.
Big news, Silent Night, Deadly Night fans. We have another new merch item about to hit the street. This will come out this holiday season, and Dennis and I made a deal with a company out of Austin, Texas, Zarina, and Zarina does I'm sorry, I can't say it without laughing. They do perfume. They do fragrances, perfume. We got an email from this lovely guy in Austin. He said, "I have a company called Zarina, and we do perfumes, and we do." Like air fresheners for your car, right? You hang from your mirror, and we're doing a whole series of horror film perfumes and scents, and we'd love to do Silent Night, Deadly Night. And I was just cracking up because I had never heard of that before, and so we said, sure, that sounds great. And then he showed me a mock-up. They put the perfume bottle itself, a little nice glass. They sell them for like $85, I think, a bottle, and they put them in faux VHS boxes. So it looks like an old VHS tape of the film from
Great idea.
1985 with Santa going down the chimney with his axe, and then you open it up, and there's the perfume bottle nestled in the VHS box. And then they also want to do those. Hang scents, in cars where you hang a little air freshener from your mirror, and I guess it'll be peppermint or cinnamon.
I would think, yeah.
Whatever the smells of Christmas might be. And then Stop the Killer, who we have our deal with on the novelization and on the board game, is doing. This is a crazy story. Nate Reagan, right? Is Anthony's
Nate
partner.
Reagan, right? Who works with Anthony Massey
Yeah,
on
so
all the
yeah, he's a partner.
projects.
Yeah, so he's a partner with Anthony, I guess, on Stop the Killer.
right.
So Nate Reagan somehow got the original axe that Robert Brian Wilson used in Silent Night, Deadly Night. And he had it, what is it called when they make a copy of it? What's it?
Facsimile.
Yeah, they somehow they made a copy of the axe. So Stop the Killer is doing for the 40th anniversary about a 6-inch version of the original axe from the film in 1984, and it's in an Irish Toys stocking, like that you hang from the mantle at Christmas, yellow and red stocking with the axe sticking up out of the stuff. Will there be no end?
No.
I mean, it's crazy, but the merch has been great.
It's like the more the merrier, at this point, right?
Well, there are a lot of fans of the film out there. Now, by the way, Silent Night, Deadly Night is a seasonal item.
It is.
It doesn't sell, much of the other months of the year, but November, December are our big months, and we're challenged here to come up with new stuff. Because again, we have T-shirt deals with Fright Rags and Gutter Garbs and Terror Threads, and we'd love to get a new soundtrack album in the marketplace. We've had many soundtrack albums over the years. These are all different record companies. This is Burning Witches Records, and this is this is what I forget what this is. I don't know which company this is, but this is another company that did this soundtrack. And then we had a soundtrack. The original soundtrack came out in 2014. This is Death Waltz Records. And there's a double vinyl release.
Great artwork.
Beautiful, though that's not really Robert Brian Wilson's face, but they went a little differently. And this was a beautiful release. So we've had 3 or 4 soundtrack. Oh, and we have our cookie box. Did anyone see the cookie box? Oh, I got the cookie box right here. We did a cookie box. So if you have any ideas, you can reach out to us, and we'll certainly consider them.
Absolutely.
And clearly, there's a wonderful fan base out there that whether it's from when the film came out originally or new fans that came to the movie on VHS first or then DVD.
Yeah, we've done a bunch of signings, and it's amazing to see the fans of this movie all these years later.
Oh, it's great.
I mean, they're so loyal and they're enthusiastic and they want to know what else we're doing. And
yeah, which is very
it's
cool. And by the way, here we go, comic books. We did a series of comic books with American mythology comics that does Night of the Living Dead, and they do Fright Night. We've done a 4-issue comic set with them, and they're going to be releasing the 4 issues in a bundle, a graphic novel bundle, actually.
Oh, and we forgot to mention the narrated book version.
The audiobook.
Audiobook, yeah, which is...
So we did an audiobook of Armando Munoz, who did... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm bending out of frame here, but Armando Munoz is a really talented young horror novelist. He did the novelization of Michael Hickey's script right here, and there's the famous antlers on the back. And Armando did a great job. Dennis and I wrote the foreword to the book, and the book is also available as an ebook that you can buy like on your Kindle on Amazon. And I feel like I'm pitching, but it is. It's available as an ebook on Amazon, and it's also coming out in an audiobook version for Christmas. So that's cool. So we just had a lot of fun with all this merch. And, most movies, just again, like I said earlier, most movies that are made for $1 million 40 years ago do not live on like this.
No.
So we must have done something right when we were young kids.
And we're still friends.
After all that,
it's
could you
pretty
imagine?
amazing.